Actress Lena Dunham claiming she warned the Clinton campaign about Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein's alleged sexual misconduct. Lena Dunham is the star of HBO's show The Girls. She told that to the New York Times that she heard troubling stories about Harvey Weinstein from other actors and actresses and warned Christina Shake, the Clinton campaign deputy communications director, in an email saying, quote, "I just want to let you know that Harvey's a rapist, and this is going to come out at some point. I think it's a really bad idea for him to host fundraisers and be involved because it's an open secret in Hollywood. He's got a problem with sexual assault." Let's bring in the Federalist contributor, Britt McHenry. Good to see you, Britt.
Good to see you. Thanks for having me on.
Do you believe this report?
I don't know who has less credibility at this point to the American people. Lena Dunham, a liberal actress who's had a history of lying, or failed presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. But I have no doubt in my mind that Hillary Clinton was aware, at least, of Harvey Weinstein's reputation. It took her 5 days, Liz, to even comment once the allegations about Weinstein came forward. And then the Clinton Foundation refused to give back the $250,000 he had donated to them, saying they went to other causes. Well, you know what? She made $14 million on her book. She could have given some of that money back.
Let's get to the breaking news we delivered at the top of the hour. Senator Al Franken, according to two reports now from Reuters and Dow Jones, Senator Al Franken will resign tomorrow. This comes from Minnesota Public Radio. They're quoting a Democrat official, he's not being named, who has spoken to the senator as well as key aides. He's facing calls to resign now from 34 Democrat senators, including Chuck Schumer. They're now calling again for Senator Al Franken to step down as more accusations of sexual misconduct surface today. So here's the thing, Britt. We've got the Roy Moore election coming up, that Senate race happening imminently in Alabama. Are they clearing the decks here, the Democrats, to basically say our Democrat contender against Roy Moore accused of having committed sexual misconduct with teenagers decades ago? Are they trying to clear the decks here? What do you think?
Absolutely. They're going to try to take the moral high ground in saying that they took action. Well, you know what? I sat here 2 weeks ago when Elizabeth Warren said there wasn't enough evidence, that they had to wait. There's a lot of evidence at this point, and she just now, within the last hour, I think, finally asked for Al Franken to step down. But that's going to be their move. My question, though, for both parties is that an allegation that came forward recently was from 11 years ago. Roy Moore, of course, the allegations against him were from his 30s, decades ago. So I hope in this climate, at the very least, women now will come forward more immediately when these stories arise. But with Franken, there's photo evidence. With John Conyers, there was a lawsuit he settled, so there was proof.
Yeah, stay on John Conyers, because we had Nancy Pelosi at first coming out about John Conyers, saying he's an icon. He is a civil rights hero. She then said, Nancy Pelosi, who are these women accusing John Conyers? And then she backtracked and said, you know what, he should step down, and apparently he is going to do just that. Here's the problem that a lot of Americans have when it comes to these kinds of fights. Nobody likes sexual misconduct, of course. It's about policies, though. What are the economic growth policies coming out of the Democrats? Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer act like the minimum wage hike is a boon to working-class families. They're in meltdown mode with working-class families. They need to get millennials instead in there to make up for the devastating losses they've had for the last 10 years. The House control of the Democrats is at 1920 lows. The Democrats are failing across the board. What are the policies?
I just think that it's hard to even get to the policy when you look at her language. Nancy Pelosi also describing the tax reform bill as Armageddon. Well, you know what? It's really hard to believe and give your party credibility to whatever you're trying to accomplish when you just called a sexual predator, of course he's been accused of that, Representative John Conyers that is, as an icon. So it was a total embarrassment. I'm sick of the Democrats going on attack when their hands aren't clean either, and it's hard to even get to policy, which is what your question is, when they keep having these public mishaps, and they have themselves to blame.
Britt McHenry, we love having you on. We look forward to having you back again soon. Good to see you.